Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to work the floret stitch. In the floret stitch, this side is slightly more textured than the other side, so it's not exactly the same on both sides. As you can see here, it looks more just like double crochet on this side. Still very pretty, but it's not a double-sided where both sides are exactly the same. So this is great for blankets that you have primarily, you want two different sides, or you want all of your pattern texture to be on one side of the blanket. It's great for garments. You could do a sweater in this, and the inside isn't quite as textured as the outside, so it shows the nicer part on the outside. So there are a lot of uses for the floret stitch. So let's go over that today. For those that don't know me, my name is Christine. I am from Ambassador Crochet. So for the floret stitch, we are going to need a multiple of 2. And then we're going to have to add 1 for the beginning chain. So I don't want to do too many because it's a pretty basic stitch. We don't need to make this, a full 6 inches long. If I'm just showing you how to do it, it's pretty repetitive. So let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So let's just do 15. Okay, it'll be about 3 inches, but you'll get the hint and the gist of it in no time. So I'm going to work a row of single crochet first because that's what I did for the adventure blanket. And I know many of you are here or may have found this video working through that adventure blanket crochet along. So I'm going to do it just as I did it for the strip for that. And then if you are working through your own project with this or just want instructions on how to do it, you can always skip the single crochet row. So for the first row of the floret stitch, I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to work a double crochet in the first stitch. For the next stitch, I'm going to slip stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, pull through that. Now you don't want it too tight. You do want it as a slip stitch, a normal slip stitch where it's a little bit tight so that this double crochet will pop, but you don't want it so tight that it's hard to work into, because when we come back on the next row, you're going to want to be able to work into that slip stitch. And then we're just going to repeat that across. So we're going to work a double crochet and a slip stitch and repeat those 2 all the way across. All right, as I finish up row 1, I just want to show you what it looks like now. So if we turn this back over, it has quite a bit of texture. These double crochets are pulled down with the slip stitch in between each one. So there's texture, there's a little bit of angle to that stitch, not too much. It's more the, I don't know if you can see, but it's more the post part of the stitch that's actually puffing out at an angle. So it's very textured and it looks kind of fun. All right, so for the next row, all we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and we're going to work a double crochet in each double crochet and slip stitch all the way across. So we're going to double crochet in the slip stitch, That's why I said don't do those slip stitches too tight, because we want to be able to work into them. And then a double crochet into the double crochet. And now because of the slip stitch, the top of the stitch is actually a little bit backwards. You're gonna have to look for it. Once you get into the groove, you'll be able to find it pretty easy. But if you're looking for it, if you just tilt the work back a little bit, you can see the V from that stitch. And you're just going to work into that for the double crochet. And you're going to work that all the way across. So double crochet in the slip stitch, and then double crochet in the double crochet. And repeat that all the way across to the end. Okay, so now we have this row done. So I just want to show you, so these are the double crochets. So this textured row is going to be every other row, and then you're going to have a row of double crochet in between. And the double crochets kind of get clumped together a little bit, like this would be one double crochet and slip stitch, and this would be working into the next one. So it's kind of grouped together a little bit, but not too much. It just gives it a little bit of, you know, a little bit, it breaks it up a little bit, so it's not all this texture. Okay, so for the next row, we're going to go back and we're going to repeat the same thing as row 2, or well, row 1 of the repeat, which is the double crochet slip stitch. So I did the chain 1, I'm going to work a double crochet, and then I'm going to slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, and just work that all the way across again. Okay, so we are at the end of this row, and I want to show you, and that is what it looks like with the next set of repeats. So it looks kind of cool. I actually really like the floret stitch. It's not hard, and it's just a really good texture. Adds a little bit of extra so that it's not just, you know, plain double crochet, plain single crochet. And you get a little bit of texture in there. So now I'm going to do like 2 more rows just so you can see how the pattern is going to unfold. So the next row I'm going to do all of double crochet, and then I will do another row of the repeat so that you can see what a few rows looks like all together. Okay, here's another set of repeats for it. And as you can see, it's just got, it's a pretty basic repeat. Has a little bit of texture. That might be too close to see the texture, but it has a little bit of texture to it. Very easy. You could just not, you know, sit and watch a movie with the kids, which is what I love these stitches for. Adds a little bit of, you know, a little bit of extra without being hard. which I like in a pattern. Sometimes I just like those easy stitches. Okay, so this was the adventure blanket, one of the sections for the adventure blanket. Like I said, it goes with so many other things. I hope you will subscribe to my channel, follow along with the adventure blanket, or just look for new stitches. I have quite a few coming out in the next few weeks, and I hope you will subscribe and come back for the next tutorial. Thank you.